I'm Mangin, and I believe that with enough creativity, your home can become exactly what you need it to be. Life is ever-changing, and sometimes our homes need to change along with it. Simple projects and a little ingenuity can have a big impact. Let's see what our homes can become. I don't know about you, but when the spring weather arrives, the temps start warming up, I want to do all the things outdoors. Cooking, eating, hanging out, you name it. I've always been a huge believer of using your outdoor space as a true extension of your home. So this week, I'm going to transform my blank slate of a patio into a new space for living, dining, and cooking using some simple projects and creative ideas. I should also mention that all of these ideas would work if you have a deck or just backyard grass. I just happen to have a patio that we put in a few years ago. This space is about to become my new at-home oasis. Our first project is kind of a DIY 2.0, if you will. Instead of starting from scratch, I'm working with my existing outdoor dining table. Obviously, you can tell that this table has seen better days. The stain and the finish are really worn down, but the bones of it are very good. So all I really need to do is pretty it up again. To refinish it, what I'm going to do is sand it down all the way. I'm gonna work with the grain going each board. I have a variety of sanding grits. I have 80, 120, and 220. And if you know me and you know DIY, I've told you this probably a bunch of times, 80 grit is gonna be the roughest. You wanna start with your lower number and then work your way up to a finish grade. 220 will be what we use last to make it super soft and smooth. You could do this by hand. I just probably wouldn't recommend it unless you're super strong and I don't know, my arm would be so sore. It would be a labor of love if you did this by hand, but it's absolutely possible. I wish you guys could feel this. It is so smooth. I mean, 10 minutes ago, this table looked like garbage, and now super smooth, like baby's bottom smooth. And now we're ready to start painting. Instead of stain, I'm gonna use an exterior paint coat on it. I think it's gonna give it a little bit more of a cleaner, crisp finish, and also means that I don't need to completely strip the wood down. And I got this in a satin finish. For this, I wanted to have a little extra gloss because it makes cleanup that much easier after all the meals that we plan to be eating out here. And the name of this paint is actually English Tea Party. Sounds kind of fancy, right? Jolly good day to paint. Let's paint the table, shall we? I love this color. Would you like a spot of tea? There it is, right? That was kind of a good accent. If you're gonna do an outdoor project like this, you do wanna check the weather and make sure it's not gonna rain later in the day. You wanna give your paint ample time to cure before it would get wet, even though it is gonna be outdoor safe. The weather in Britain looks fine. Not a storm in sight. I really need to stop doing that. We have a place to eat now that my dining table got a bit of a glow up, but now I want to focus on an area for serving food. My goal for eating outdoors is to avoid running in and out 100 million times. So here's the plan. The butcher block's gonna be the base of my serving area, but I do wanna make one change to it. I want there to be an area where I can drop in my small cooler. That way I can hold some drinks, but even more so, I can put like cold condiments and things in there so that all the food is out there. What I've done is trace out an area that I'm gonna cut out of my countertop so that I can drop my cooler right down inside. We'll have a lower shelf that it sits on. I need to drill down and I'm gonna use my jigsaw to cut along this square. I'll sand it up, make it look really nice, and then it will be perfect in and out. I have my hole for my cooler, and a little fun tip, whenever I have an extra piece of butcher block, I save it and turn it into a cutting board. Now I'm gonna flip this over and I'm gonna work on the underside. I am going to add 4 4x4 cedar legs to this. If you are new to building furniture, a Craig jig is going to be your best friend. It's the way to really easily drill pocket holes so that you can put furniture together. It's a lifesaver. Even when I was just starting out, it was one of my favorite tools that could let me just do so much more. So I need to repeat this on all 4 corners, 3 more to go, and then I'm gonna connect it together with some 2x4s. Time for a montage. Okay, so essentially now I have an upside down table with a big hole in it, but it's nice and secure, really, really sturdy, gonna be perfect for serving. What I need to do next is build a shelf that my cooler is going to sit on when I drop it down inside. And then we're gonna paint this bad boy and it's gonna look super cute. We've got a place to eat the food, we've got a place to serve food, so we're gonna build an outdoor kitchen. I am using air quotes on that for sure. Basically, on the left and right side of my grill, I'm gonna create like a little mini prep station. I've already got a lot of the actual building part out of the way. So super similar to our serving area, I just have a rectangle base. It's kind of like a mini little table. But instead of using butcher block here, I'm actually going to top this with paver stones. What I need to do is put some liquid nails all along this top area and place my stones. You guys might remember that I used these stones on a Weekender episode a long time ago and built a console table, and I've been working out because these are really heavy. Whew, I do not need to use the home gym today. Now I'm going to case the entire thing out in my 1x wood, but first I want to go paint them, which I'm going to paint in a variety of colors, all my earth tones that I'm using. It's going to look awesome. My slats are all painted in my earth tones and they've dried enough that I can work on casing out my base here. Now, this is obviously an optional step. I could use it pretty much like this, but you know, I have to make it cute. What I'm gonna do is alternate my colors. So I'm gonna go light, medium, dark, over and over. To attach these slats on, I'm just gonna use my nail gun, and I'll actually use the slats for my spacing as well. In order to give this a cohesive wrapped look, you wanna match up your back colors and your side colors. Final step is to do some more nailing. I need to attach my bottom slats that are gonna be kind of a storage shelf. Then I'm going to bring it over by my grill, set it up with everything that I need to have my own little, very little mini outdoor kitchen. Last but so not least, I've got a project that's gonna win me some major bonus points with my family. Watching a movie outdoors under the stars is one of my kids' favorite activities, and now we're gonna be able to do it at home. I'm gonna DIY our own movie projection screen setup that will double as cute planters and have lighting to create the perfect outdoor movie night. To have a screen held up, you need 2 posts or something that my screen can go into. So I decided that I'm going to use whiskey barrel planters and set up cedar posts right in the center of each one. My first step is going to be to add a bit of pea gravel. This is important when I'm setting a post. I'm using about half a bag per whiskey barrel. This is a 4x4 cedar post. I chose cedar for my post so that I don't have to paint it. I like the look of the wood. Super important for this is a post leveler. This is gonna let me know and make sure that my post is nice and straight. Now that my post and gravel are into the barrel, the next step is my Quikrete. And I got fast setting Quikrete so that it can harden up as quickly as possible. You're gonna need about 1 bag of Quikrete per whiskey barrel this size. I had a 50-pound bag. For the 50-pound bag, it needs 1 gallon of water. My Quikrete is completely cured and hardened up, and now we're gonna get on to planting into our whiskey barrel. Because we've added concrete to the bottom of this, there's no drainage. I'm just gonna use a drill and I'm gonna add a couple drainage holes kind of on the back side. Then I'll additionally add some stone before my soil. Now I'm gonna switch to my soil. For the outdoor movie screen itself, I am using a super premium drop cloth. They come in different quality levels. So this is the super premium. That means that it's gonna have less pills. It's also backed with plastic, so it's almost like a blackout curtain. I'm gonna paint this canvas with ultra white flat paint. That's kind of gonna give me the look and the feel of the high-end projection screens. This is definitely something where you can run a whole spectrum of what you use for your screen. Really, what matters is that you want a smooth surface as white as possible. Once dry, I'm cutting my screen down to size. Mine will be 9 feet by 6 feet. I'm using a grommeting kit to add metal grommets to each corner. This is how the screen will attach to the posts. The grommet will add strength and stability to the corners and prevent the fabric from ripping. I'm pre-drilling holes into my cedar posts and adding hooks that the grommets will attach onto. Make sure that you install your hooks at the same height in each post so that your screen will be level. Then just pop your new screen right onto the hooks. A few finishing touches and this space is just about ready for movie night. One quick and easy tip to make meals at home feel extra special is to create your own little dinner menu. I can't tell you how far this tiny little effort goes with my kids and my family. It adds a layer of fun and can really make having dinner and eating out at home that much more special. Welcome to my new outdoor oasis. Guys, this was a ton of work, but so worth it. The first thing we worked on was refinishing this dining room table, and come on now, it looks nothing like what we started with. I am so glad that I kind of gave this table another chance. We have outdoor chairs that will hold up against the elements, but look like they belong in a fancy dining room. They're also super comfortable as well. I always like to have a set of specific outdoor plates and everything because you don't want any glass outside, especially on a paver patio. So after we eat the dinner, then we go to our kind of lounging area over here. All of the furniture, outdoor furniture, really cute accent pillows, and of course, my family's favorite, the fire pit. I mean, what is an outdoor space without some s'mores, right? Furniture sets are great, but I really do like mixing and matching. I like how these chairs coordinate with my set, but they're not completely matchy-matchy. And then I tied it all together by keeping some of my accent pillows consistent. Down here we have our serving area. I am obsessed with how this cooler worked out. I have plenty of storage on this lower level here. Again, avoiding the inside-outside running around. Over here next to my grill is our mini kitchen, and it's gonna allow me to do so much of my food prep out here right at the grill. And it's all kind of right in this one little area. This area in here is where our movie screen is gonna go. As you can see right now, when the screen isn't up, it just looks like part of our lighting feature, part of our planters. So it's kind of like a movie screen incognito. I hope that my patio transformation inspires you to think about your outdoor space in a different way. Maybe you have a deck, maybe you have an awesome yard with grass, maybe you have a patio too. Think of how you can use that space as an extension of your home. And guys, I am still reading your comments. Tell me what kind of spaces you want to see in the next episode of Home Becomes. And as always, don't forget to subscribe to the Lowe's YouTube channel. You don't want to miss a single episode. Thanks, friends.